Student, the today and last topic under that unit first oncology. There is a oncology emergencies. Okay, in this oncology emergency the patient with cancer may develop any emergent clinical situation due to the cancer per as a complication of therapy. We know that because of the cancer there is a very emergent clinical situation can be arise because of that complication of chemotherapy, radiation therapy. These are that because of this we have to that there can be emergency will be arise that we call as a oncological emergencies. Okay, the first emergency will be hypercalcemia. Okay, the first emergency will be hypercalcemia. Hypercalcemia, also spelled hypercalcemia, is a high calcium. Okay, it is a high level of calcium in the body serum. Okay, the normal range is a 2.1 to 2.6 mmol per liter, and that 8.8 10.7 mg per dl. Okay, and 4.3 to 5.0 milliequivalent per liter with level greater than 2.6 millimole per liter, defined as hypercalcemia. If it is a more than 10 mg per dl, that condition we call as a hypercalcemia. Those with a mild increase, okay, those with a mild increase that has developed slowly typically have no symptoms. Okay, those with a mild increase, if they have that symptoms, mild symptoms only, they will that it not develop slowly, it will develop slowly and typically have no symptoms. In which there is a no symptom, that condition we call as a hypercalcemia. Okay, next what can be symptom? There is a fatigue will be there, lethargy will be there, polyuria, there is increased urine output will be there, constipation will be there, stupor will be there, coma will be there, renal failure and cardiac arrhythmia. These kind of symptoms will be present. Okay, these kind of symptoms will be there in the case of hypercalcemia. Next, these are the symptoms of brain will affect: cardiovascular bradycardia, cardiac dysarrhythmia, hypertension, kidney failure, kidney stone, nephrogenic diabetes, insipidus, and nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, and constipation. These are the symptoms can be arise. Okay. Next, what will be treatment? The treatment will be calcitonin. We can give the mycilline, calcimimetic, bisphosphonates, denosumab, prednisone, IV fluid, and diuretic. These are the treatment for the hypercalcemia. Hypercalcemia is an increased calcium level in the blood, in the serum level. Okay, the normal will be a 8 to 10 mg per dl. That is normal range of for the calcium in our body. Next, that emergency will be there, tumor lysis syndrome. Tumor lysis syndrome is a group of metabolic abnormalities that can occur as a complication during the treatment of cancer, where large amount of tumor cells are killed off lysis at the same time by the treatment, releasing their content into the blood stream. In this, what will be happen? In this, it is a metabolic abnormalities that can occur as a complication during the treatment of cancer, where the large amount of tumor cells. Okay, in this, what will be happen? The large amount of tumor cells killed off. They will kill. Okay, killed off, and that same amount time the treatment, the releasing, sometimes the releasing content will be there, it will be goes into the blood stream. That condition we call as a tumor lysis syndrome. Okay, next, tumor, then in this chemotherapy will give metabolic there is a, if the cancer of blood will be there, what will be the cellular breakdown 1 to 5 days post chemotherapy. The DNA also will break, protein breakdown will be there, cytosol breakdown will be there, hyperuricemia, these are the, and because of this they will be that small content will be reduced, and what will they will affect they will do the cardiac dysarrhythmia, renal failure, neuromuscular irritability. These kind of things, this kind of problem can be arise if we will do the chemotherapy. Okay, tumor lysis syndrome. Lysis means breakdown. Okay, what can be a sign and symptoms? There is a there will be hyperuricemia, hyperphosphatemia, that produce nausea, vomiting, and acute renal failure. In this, what will be happen? There will be hyperuricemia. There is a increase that increase urea in the through that the blood. Okay, hyperuricemia, hyperphosphatemia. Okay, in the that in the blood there is a phosphate is more produced, nausea, vomiting, and acute renal failure. Hypercalcemia causes muscle cramp, cardiac arrhythmia, and tetany. Hyperkalemia result in cardiac arrhythmia and flaccid paralysis. These kind of symptoms and signs can be arise in the case of tumor lysis syndrome. Okay, what can be treatment? In this treatment there will be IV fluid will be there, normal or half normal saline around 3000 ml per day, correction of electrolyte and acid base abnormalities, IV sodium bicarbonate to maintain an alkaline urine pH, oral allopurinol is given 300 to 600 mg in divided doses. Okay, these are the treatment for the tumor lysis syndrome. We give the IV fluid and the correction of electrolytes. Oral allopurinol is given 300 to 600 mg is divided doses. Monitoring serum uric acid also, creatinine level also, ECGs after every few hours, IV calcium gluconate also given in the case of hypocalcemia. Next, what can be lactic acidosis? Okay, lactic acidosis is a medical condition characterized by the build of lactate, especially L-lactate in the body with formation of excessively low pH in the bloodstream. Okay, in the body with formation of excessively low pH in the bloodstream. It is a form of metabolic acidosis in which excessive acid accumulate due to the problem with the body oxidative metabolism. In this, what will be happen in this, the lactic acidosis is a medical condition. In this there is a build up of the lactate will be build up in the body, and the formation of it will, because of this what will be happen, there will be a low pH will be there in the bloodstream. This condition we call as a lactic acidosis. Stop the process and you can heal from any disease. Mechanism of disease. Okay, lactate acetol, lactic acid is within this bun and sugar metabolism, waste product. Okay, what can be symptoms? Ventilation, severe weakness, hypotension, stupor, and shock. These are the signs and symptoms for lactic acidosis. What is the treatment? The treatment consists of administering sodium bicarbonate and monitoring P of H. Okay, we have to monitor the pH. What next condition is hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia in the low blood glucose level. Okay, sometimes called a hypo or low, is a condition that occur when a person's blood glucose level has dropped too low, below 4 mm per liter. It is important to treat hypo quickly to stop basal blood glucose level from falling even lower and the person becomes seriously unwell. We have to stop to reduce the hypoglycemia. Okay, and stop the hypoglycemia for falling liver and person becomes seriously unwell. Okay, next, what can be symptoms and signs? There is a weakness will be there, excessive sweating will be there, and the seizures will be there, and low blood sugar also will be there. In this the person will have weakness, excessive sweating, seizures, these kind of symptoms can be arise. Okay, next, there will be a sweating and shaky, irritable, dizziness. These kind of symptoms will be present. Okay, so there will be a sweating will be there, shaky, high irritable, dizziness kind of symptoms will be there. Okay, next, what administration of IV hypertonic glucose, corticoglucogen and corticosteroid. What we can do, we can give the hypertonic glucose, that is DNS, dextrose 5%, 25 dextrose, corticosteroid and glucogen. This kind of that medicine fluid we can give. Okay, next, what is the syndrome of inappropriate secretion of antidiuretic hormone, SIDH. In this, what will be happen, their antidiuretic hormone will not be produced properly. Is a condition in which the body makes too much antidiuretic hormone. This hormone helps the kidney control the amount of water your body loses through the urine, cause the body to retain too much water. In this, what will be happen is a condition in which the body makes too much antidiuretic hormone. Okay, it will make too much antidiuretic hormone, and these hormones help the kidney control the amount of water your body loses through the urine. Okay, causes the body to retain too much. In this, what will be happen, the fluid, the water will retain inside the body. Okay, this is the hypothalamus receptors, small cell lung cancer, release of ADH. These are the normal. Because of this, it will the water retention. This will be there. Okay. Next, what can be symptoms in the lethargy, irritability, nausea, anorexia, confusion, muscle weakness, cardiac arrhythmia, convulsion, death. These can be symptoms which arise because of the SIDH. Okay. Next, what can be treatment? The treatment by fluid restriction. Because the fluid is retaining, अगर fluid अंदर जमा है, that's why we have to do the fluid restrictions. If water restriction is not effective, then democycline is prescribed to interfere with antidiuretic effect of AIDH. If the water restriction is not effective, that time we have to tell them they can take the democycline is a prescribed to interfere with antidiuretic effect of antidiuretic hormone. And the lithium can be used as an alternate therapy. Okay, lithium also we can use for the alternate therapy. Next one is a patient improve within a 7 to 10 days with normalization of sodium. Okay, in this what will be happen, lithium also can be used as an alternate therapy. Patient improve within a 7 to 10 days with normalization of sodium. Okay, in this what will be happen, the patient should be improve the condition within the 7 to 10 days with the normalization of sodium. And IV infusion of hypertonic saline also we can give. After the control of SAIDH, the cancer is treated. Next condition is superior vena cava syndrome. Superior vena cava syndrome is the obstruction of blood flow through the superior vena cava. It is a medical emergency and most often manifest in patient with malignant disease process within the cortex. Okay, in this what will be happen? There will be obstruction of blood flow through the superior vena cava. It is a medical condition emergency. The most often manifest in patient it will obstruct the blood flow through the superior vena cava. Okay, is also that is one emergency condition. Superior, in this you can see. Symptoms, there will be a swelling of face, neck, dry cough, dyspnea, hoarseness of voice, nasal congestion, headache, cyanosis, confusion and stupor. These are the signs and symptoms. Next, there will be edematous head and neck with nasopharyngeal edema, swelling of upper arm and torso, appearance of collateralized chest wall veins, cyanotic appearance of skin. These kind of symptoms can be arise. Okay. Next, what is the treatment? There is a local radiotherapy, chemotherapy, percutaneous transluminal balloon angioplasty, insertion of stent. Because in this what will insert the stent also, because the broad जो pathway है it will become broad. That is the treatment for the. Next one is a spinal cord compression. Spinal cord compression occurs when a mass place pressure on the cord. Okay, in this what will be happen, if the pressure will put on the cord. Okay, a mass can include a tumor or bone fragment. Compression can develop anywhere along the spinal cord from the neck to the lower spine. Okay, in this what will be happen, it will be a compression can be anywhere, it can be developed along the spinal cord from the neck to the lower spine. In this is a tumor will be there, and because of this it will put pressure on the spinal cord compression. That is a vertebra you can see. Okay, next is the what can be symptoms and signs. There will be a localized pain, tenderness in neck, loss of bladder and bowel control, painful movement of the spine, sensory and motor defect. These are the symptoms for the oncology, the symptoms for the symptoms for spinal cord compression. Next, what can be treatment? The treatment is the administration of high dose of dexamethasone, methylprednisolone, local radiation therapy, chemotherapy, surgical intervention. Okay, we can do the radiation therapy, chemotherapy, surgical intervention. Till now what we discussed the oncological emergency. In oncology emergency, first we discuss about the hypercalcemia. Okay, hypercalcemia. Then we discuss about that tumor lysis syndrome. Okay, after that we discuss hypoglycemia, then SIADH, syndrome inappropriate antidiuretic hormone. Then after we discuss about the spinal cord compression. These all are the oncological emergencies. Next was the severe cytosis and bladder hemorrhage. Okay, in this cytosis is a sudden inflammation of urinary bladder. Most of the time a bacterial infection causes it. This infection is commonly referred to as a urinary tract infection, irritating hygiene product, a complication of certain disease, or a reaction to certain drugs. Can also occur acute cystitis, that we call as an inflammation infection of bladder. Next, the hemorrhagic cystitis is a sudden onset of hematuria, that is blood combined with bladder pain. Okay, in this, while passing the urine, their blood is coming, that is and that with a bladder pain and the irritative bladder symptoms. Hematuria is a blood in the urine. The amount of blood can range from minute amount that occurs occasionally to frank bright red blood that occurs continuously. There are a variety of causes of hematuria. This we call as a severe cystitis and bladder hemorrhage. What can be symptoms? There is a incontinence and hematuria will be there. Sometimes hematuria can be severe. Okay, sometimes what will be happen? Hematuria can be severe. That is a symptoms and sign. Next, what can be a treatment? In this, the treatment is the administration of urinary analgesic. We can give the painkiller. This is a phenojopyridine hydrochloride, antispasmodic. And in patient with severe hemorrhage, packed red blood cell transfusion is required. In the patient, if a severe hemorrhage will be there, we have to give their packed red blood cell transfusion is required. Irrigation with bladder and with formalin solution may stop bleeding in many cases. In this, what will be happen? The irrigation with bladder also with formalin we can do the treatment. What next is a disseminated intravascular coagulation. In this image you can see it is a disseminated intravascular coagulation. DIC is a condition in which blood clot form throughout the body, blocking small blood vessel. Okay, in this what will be happen? The blood clot will be formed and it will block the small blood vessel. What can be a sign and symptoms? The sign and symptoms will be a bleeding. Okay, the sign and symptoms will be bleeding from many sites in the body, and blood clot will be there, bruising will be there, drop in blood pressure will be there. Okay, blood clot, bruising, and shortness of breath will be there, confusion, memory loss, or change of behavior and fever. Okay, memory loss or change of behavior and fever also will be there. Okay. Next, what can be treatment? The treatment include correction of the cause and replacement of platelet. We can do the replacement of the platelet also. Then coagulation factors also in fresh frozen plasma also we can do that. And fibrinogen in cryoprecipitate to control the severe bleeding. Heparin also is used to as therapy for prophylaxis in patient with slowly evolving DIC who have or at a risk of venous thromboembolism. These are the treatment we can do for the patient. Okay, these are the treatment, the correction of the replacement of platelet, coagulation factors, and the fibrinogen in control severe bleeding, heparin, as we can use it. Next condition is a cardiac tamponade. Cardiac tamponade is a clinical syndrome caused by the accumulation of fluid in the pericardial space. In this, there is a between the heart there is a one space is there that we call as a pericardial space. In this there is a fluid will be present. Normally it will present, but it is a excess. That condition is cardiac tamponade, resulting in reduced ventricular feeling. It will, because of this, what will be happen? The ventricular feeling will be delaying and subsequent hemodynamic compromises. The condition is medical emergency. The complications include pulmonary edema, shock, and death. Okay, in this what will be happen? The person can got the shock also, and death can be happen. Next, in the compression of the heart due to the fluid accumulation within the pericardium. In this you can see, because of the fluid accumulation, it will put pressure on the pericardium. It will put the pressure on the heart. What can be signs and symptoms? There will be anxiety, restlessness, low blood pressure, weakness, chest pain radiating to your neck, shoulders, or back, trouble breathing or taking deep breath, rapid breathing, discomfort, that is a relief by sitting or leaning forward, fainting, dizziness, and loss of consciousness. These are the sign and symptoms for the cardiac tamponade. Next, what can be treatment? The treatment for cardiac tamponade involves draining the excess fluid. Okay, draining the excess fluid from the pericardium, stabilizing blood pressure, and treating the underlying cause. Okay, we have to do the treatment of cardiac, that is with pericardium. We can drain out the fluid also. In this again I'm repeating, these are the These are the emergency for the cancer oncology emergency. The first one is that that okay, the first one is a hypercalcemia. Okay, in this the calcium level will increase. These are the signs and symptoms: fatigue, lethargy, polyuria, constipation, coma, renal failure. Next, in this, what is the treatment? Calcitonin, calimimetic, biphosphonate, denosumab, prednisolone, IV fluid and diuretic. Next one is a tumor lysis syndrome. In this, the tumor will be breakdown, and the breaking the content will be will be lying in the blood stream. Okay, next is the acute tumor lysis syndrome. In these symptoms, hyperuricemia produce nausea, vomiting, renal failure. Hypercalcemia causes muscle cramp, cardiac arrhythmia, tetany, hyperkalemia. This kind of symptoms can be arise. Treatment will be IV fluid, correction of electrolyte imbalance, oral allopurinol. Next is that lactic acidosis is the medical the buildup of the lactate, excess consumption of excess buildup of the lactate. Because of what will be happen, there is a low pH in the blood stream. Okay, what be a symptom? There is a hyperventilation, severe weakness, hypotension, stupor and shock. Next is a hypoglycemia, sometimes called as a hypo or low. This condition that occur when a person blood glucose level will be low. Okay, symptoms and sign: weakness, excessive sweating, seizures and coma. Next is this that is SITH. In this, because of the excessive antidiuretic hormone, the water will retain inside the body. The symptoms will lethargy, irritability, nausea, muscle weakness, cardiac arrhythmia, convulsion and death. Next one is a treatment. It is a treatment: fluid restrictions. Fluid restriction, we can give the democycloline, lithium. Also, patient improves within 7 to 10 days. IV infusion. Superior, next condition, superior vena cava syndrome is an obstruction of blood flow through the superior vena cava. Okay, isn't this symptoms: swelling of face, neck, dry cough, dyspnea, hoarseness of voice, nasal congestion, headache, cyanosis, confusion and stupor. Next, edematous head, neck, nasopharyngeal edema, swelling of upper arm and torso, appearance of cauterized chest wall, cyanotic appearance of the skin. Next is the treatment is local radiation therapy, chemotherapy, percutaneous terminal balloon angioplasty. Spinal cord compression will be there, occurs when a mass place pressure on the cord, a mass that because of this it will put pressure on the spinal cord. Okay, what can be symptom? There will be localized pain, tenderness in back, loss of bladder, bowel control, painful movement of the spine, sensory and motor defect. Treatment administration local, then we can give the radiation therapy, chemotherapy, surgical intervention. Next, the severe cystitis and bladder hemorrhage. Severe cystitis is the inflammation of the bladder, and that because of this there is a that bleeding also will come out through the urine. Incontinence, hematuria, sometimes hematuria can be severe. Okay, next condition is a disseminated intravascular coagulation. In this, what will be happen? There will be a there is a blood clot will form throughout the body, and because of this, it will blocking the small blood vessel. The bleeding from many sites in the blood, clot, bruising, drop in the blood pressure, shortness of breath, confusion, memory loss or change of behavior. What can be treatment? In the treatment is we can give the replacement of platelet, also we can do fresh frozen plasma, cryoprecipitate, and that we can give the heparin also we can use. Okay, and next one is a cardiac department. In the cardiac department, what will be happen? There is the accumulation of fluid in the pericardial sac. Because of this, the pressure will put on the heart, and the heart, because of this, what will be happen? There will be a pulmonary edema, shock and death also can be happen. Okay, next, what can be symptom? There is anxiety, restlessness, low blood pressure, weakness, chest pain in your neck, shoulder or back, trouble breathing or taking deep breaths, rapid breathing, discomfort that is relieved by sitting or leaning forward, fainting, dizziness and loss of consciousness. Treatment of cardiac department involves draining the excess fluid from pericardium, stabilizing blood pressure, treating the underlying cause. These are the oncological emergency. Again, I am repeating. The first one is a hypercalcemia, tuber lysis syndrome, lactic acidosis. Then after that, lactic acidosis is a SIADH syndrome, inappropriate antidiuretic hormone. Then cardiac tamponade, that DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulation, coagulopathy, these kind of the that these are the very important come under the oncological emergencies. We have to put that, we have to take the strict that action for if the person having this kind of problem. These are the oncological emergencies. Okay, thanks class.